Hey, what's going on, guys? So I got a lot of questions about a Ben Wallace guide, but I will see if I can try to make this condensed as possible and answer all the questions. The most frequently asked is about the ult. So the ult can be used as an anti-post-up against characters like Dirk or Prime LeBron. It is not an anti-bump like Malone. Conversely, you can use it to limit Malone and characters that have catch and blank. So catch and drive, catch and shoot, catch and dunk. You can use it to take away Malone's catch and fade, or KD's catch and drive, or Curry's catch and shoot. Whenever you want to do this, make sure that you are having that person you're defending in your circle before the pass is initiated. It might work after, but it's better to be safe and have them always there before. Another thing, you can use it for 100% screen resistance in case you're going against a Jokic, or if you're in bad box out position, you can also use it against a Jokic. Additionally, you can use it to steal if you're within 5 meters of the basket. That will turn off your ult, which is also a good thing because you can save your morale for later use. So another common question is the shield icon. The shield icon is an indicator of when someone takes a shot within the paint. You do have increased blocking range versus these types of shots or layups or dunks. However, this is not a 100% indicator, so you can't use this to know when to block. If someone does pump fake, the shield icon will populate, and that would cause you to get baited. So please be careful with that. For partners, people ask if you should use vert or block a rebound. I suggest always going rebound. So you can time your blocks better, you can position your blocks better. You can box someone out so that they can't get to the rebound easily as you, so you can control your rebound range. You cannot prevent a rebound fail outside of having better ping, having perfect rebound timing, and outside of the stat diff. So those are two things you can't control. You can't control a stat diff, you can't control ping. I would suggest you use rebound. As for the build for potentials, I also suggest plus 25 rebound. If you need a vert or block build for Wallace, a character with that much blocking, maybe defense isn't really for you, no offense. Also, for enhancements, people are very hyped up about the E6. So E1 Wallace is fine. If you need E2 Wallace and you can actually prevent them from scoring for that long to the point where you get a morale boost, then you are good enough to use Wallace at E1. The 3% movement speed is insignificant. For E4, rebound competitiveness is always welcome, but I don't know if you want to pay 3 enhancements just for that. For E6, if you need E6 to play defense, you're going to be a trash defender on any other big. I don't suggest it. E7 is fantastic, like I mentioned before. Reb is always awesome. The creative rebound is really strong, and plus 5 reb will help your stat diff, so that's good. So, if you're playing Wallace, your job is to know how to block everything in the game. That sounds pretty trashy. It is. If you are not averaging almost 1 block per game, you should probably use a different big. Like Malone is a great choice. Your job is to know how to block like the ults, how to block the playing dunks, how to block the meta characters. If you see a JJJ taking it off from the 3 to 4 meter range, you need to know that he is about to do his freestyle, which is a slower block, so that you should wait and block on a double clutch timing. If you see a Giannis doing a dunk from 1 to 2 meter range, you need to know he's about to do a self alley-oop, so you need to block later. So essentially, it's your job to know how to block everything and to be the defensive anchor of your team. Also, you want to know the exact amount of space that you can use to help defend your primary defender so that 1, they get the increased block boost, and 2, whoever they're guarding feels swarmed and congested. Also, while still knowing the amount of time that you need to get back to block the paint. If you have to choose between guarding 3s and 2s, always give up the 2s. But yeah, it's really up to you to be the defensive anchor and to be able to judge all that on your team. By the defensive anchor, I also mean that means you need to be willing to swap on to the best scorer on the other team. So you need to be willing to guard an SJ 1v1, as you can see here. You need to be willing to guard whoever it is that's dropping buckets. Wallace can guard 1 through 5, so that is your job to take the wheel if they need you to. The last part is reading the room. So Wallace has very, very limited offense, which means you need to know when on offense you should go up and screen for your teammates so that they can get open, or when you need to paint camp so that whoever's guarding them can't fully commit to a double team and can't help. Now, if you are trailing by 3, don't use the paint camp method. But if you're up in the lead, then it's very welcome for you to literally sit there and paint camp and make it so that every time that they overextend, that you get a 2-point punish. So this guy on the other team is doing a great job at that, and they make it really hard for me to help too much. But yeah, these are types of things that you want to pay attention to and balance and keep aware of when you're playing Ben Wallace. Anyways, I hope that helps. I will be releasing a Malone guide, which I feel crazy saying, but people said that they need some clarification on that. And pretty soon I will also be doing the vert versus block versus rebound video. I don't know. Be on the lookout for that. That'll be coming soon.